All right. All right, welcome. We're doing an interview. If you guys are still joining, anyone still joining us or saw, we have Cosmic Kitten in the house.
Yeah, boy.
Indeed.
Flavor Flav. Boy.
That's what we should have done with your record. Made a big
Like
a
bleed
clock
it
on
out. Put a big clock in the record. Hell yeah, dude.
So again, well, thank you for coming through and playing for us. Been a big fan for a while, for a long while. First time I saw you guys, about 3 4 years. I don't know.
Oh,
It's been something like that.
OG.
Wow.
3-4 years ago.
We've been around like almost 7 years now.
Yeah, around 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one of the first times I saw you. It was like, yeah, you guys, you got like a been just you two, right? The main.
At times, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
we have
the
a
main
bass
ones.
player curse.
Yeah.
I noticed the revolving door.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully not anymore. Jay is very, very good.
We got the new guy
Depends.
Jay in the end.
I was gonna say I hope I don't get slammed in that revolving door because that might interfere with things.
Hey, if you get slammed in the revolving door, at least you're stuck.
Yeah. Also, with most of my bones broken.
True enough. True enough.
So where does, I mean, for the most part, where's Cosmic Kitten hail from?
Well, we were both actually from Downey, California. And then we moved to Long Beach like 2 or almost 3 years ago now. 3 years ago now, huh?
Yeah. We moved there right before like the pandemic hit its height,
Oh, yes.
January 2020. But yeah, I always liked the energy of Long Beach, and when we moved there, it kind of blew me away how much that place kind of felt like home really fast. I really like it.
But you guys born and raised in Downey area?
We're actually
Yeah.
born in Long Beach, but we were
Yeah.
raised in Downey.
Yeah, like I was born in Long Beach. Then for a period of time, my family lived in Utah. And then for a period of time, we lived in Las Vegas, Bellflower. Then we moved to Downey. And I've been in Downey since I was like 10 or something. Yeah. Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Jay,
They both have Frantones.
where does the new guy hail from?
Somewhere, I don't know, on the moon or something. Actually, no, I used to live by this giant moon sculpture, but that's a different story. Most of my life spent in Costa Mesa. Recently moved to Santa Ana, so not too far. I've played in several bands, and yeah, that's about it.
Santa Ana native in the house.
Yeah, there you go.
Shout out to Long Beach people.
What
Shout
up?
out to Santa Ana people.
I don't like the
Yeah.
parking in Long Beach, I will say that.
What parking?
You have to manifest
Exactly.
parking there. If you believe, you'll find parking.
Oh, yeah, you have to believe deeply in your
You
soul.
don't
You just
believe.
gotta manifest that shit,
You
dude.
gotta pray to the Lord Snoop Doggy Dog. You want your parking.
Drive around the block 10 times. and find parking.
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes I'll drive in a circle in the same blocks that I know don't have parking, just hoping that somebody will leave while I'm driving in circles.
I just park at the nearby park.
Actually, what was I going? One time I went to, I think it was Queso I was supposed to go to. Oh, yeah. I was just going to see a show, and the old grumpy guy kicked in. Because I couldn't find a parking, I was driving around. And fuck this.
God damn it. Yeah, yeah. We've had friends where they're like coming to hang out, and we're like, cool, dude, like, we bought like a case of beer, we got like 2 bottles of whiskey, we're gonna do karaoke in our house, it's gonna be fun. And then like, they're like, oh, I'm here, I'm just looking for I'm gonna look for parking. We're like, okay, do you need us to come out and help you? They're like, no, it's cool, I'm just gonna look. 30 minutes go by, like almost 40 minutes, and they're like, and then they go, hey man, I think I'm just gonna go home. Like, I can't find parking. I'm like, shit.
We do have this one friend. Every time they come, they find parking right out front.
Oh yeah, I don't know how, but they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, straight up witchcraft.
Yeah.
They're like in their car on the way on the freeway, just like sacrificing goats.
You park in front, I park 10 minutes away.
I need parking.
When they're on the way, you gotta go out there and look and see if like someone's like in a zombie state, like moving their car.
Oh. Yeah, you see them walking out.
Yeah. All jacked, right? Right. Okay. So you guys been together, or Cosmic Kitten around for 7 years?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And you guys, what, one full record?
We've got.
We got a couple full albums.
Well, yeah, it depends on how you define a record or whatever. Like we had one record in the beginning, in like what was that, 2016, 2017? That was our first record. Yeah, but it was more like a demo. Like we recorded in the garage. It wasn't like a whole thing.
So we pretend it doesn't exist.
We released it on CD, but we never put it on like Spotify or anything because it's not like up to snuff for us. And then after that, we recorded a good record. Well, like that was like the first record where we're like, damn, we could actually do this. This is great.
Yeah, that's Be Nice to Strangers. That's the album that Harry Ape is on.
Yeah.
Our most listened to track on Spotify.
Yeah. Yeah.
For some reason.
But, so then we released Be Nice to Strangers. Then we released a record called Lobotomy. Then the one that's on vinyl, You Gotta Understand. And then we have a new record coming out in May 5th, called Laugh of a Lifetime. It'll be available on vinyl and all the good stuff.
Okay, but May, that's what we're looking at, May?
May 5th.
May 5th.
Yeah.
5th, huh? Yeah, okay. That is also going to be on vinyl?
Yeah, you'll have vinyl, CD, no cassettes, maybe cassettes, we'll see. But right now it's vinyl, CD, digital,
Right on. And everything's recorded or?
Oh, yeah, it's all recorded. We're just kind of waiting for the vinyl to show up on our porch and CDs and stuff, getting the last, tying the loose ends,
All right.
Yeah.
Any chances later, maybe later on a tour or something? Or
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we actually just announced a tour last week or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to the UK the last week of April for about a week, and then we're coming back. We have 1 day off, and then we're doing a West Coast tour for about 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks and some change.
Going up the west?
Yeah.
Canada?
No, not
I
this
don't know
time.
why we didn't do that.
we actually really could have done it this time because in 2020, in July of 2020, we had a tour booked that was like 27 dates across. The tour was 27 dates. There's like 24 dates in the U.S., 1 in Vancouver, and then 2 in Hawaii, and like 1 in Mexico City. But then, pandemic happened. So what are you gonna do? Canceled. And then January 2021, at that time we had a UK tour booked, and it was supposed to be like kind of a cool tour, but then it got canceled, never got rebooked. So this will be our first time going to the UK then, since that didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're playing London, Brighton. What's the other?
Manchester, Stockport. Yeah.
So our buddy that we have has been on the show twice, played for us.
Yeah.
Baz, you're out there. When they're out there, go see them.
Let's go, Baz.
Okay, Baz Francis.
What are you doing, Baz? Let's go.
Lovely guy. That's straight good guy.
Does Baz drink?
I think he does.
Let's do shots, Baz.
He actually lives near the castle.
Oh, yeah.
Not trying to put his info out there.
Yeah, that's cool though. Buckingham
Like,
Palace,
this
you mean?
is his address.
Buckingham Palace, bro.
But you guys go to UK? New album out. Even just on past road tours, man.
Yeah.
What's been the best city you guys played?
Ooh.
Crap. Every city has its own charm, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even bands you've been in or whatever,
Yeah.
best city, to you, you went there, holy shit, this was fucking cool.
I mean, I've only really been as far as San Diego in that sense, but San Diego I like.
San Diego's red.
Or even venues.
Mhm.
Let's say you only been. What was the best venue you played in? You like to play at?
Yeah.
Well, there's this one.
This guy.
I mean, FTG in Santa Ana is always fun.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
we
I was going to
love
shout
that
them out a
place.
minute ago. I love FTG.
Mhm.
Well,
I mean, anytime we play in Portland, it's really nice
that's
out there.
true.
The
people
vibe
are
out there.
very
and
cool. In
yeah, they're
Portland.
super cool there. They treat you like you're a big deal or something. They want everything signed and
Yeah, they're all like, "Oh, cool." We had this one woman come up to us when we played a show, like a record release show, an in-store performance at Music Millennium. Shout out to Music Millennium. And we played there, and this one woman came up. So they have this tiny little staircase that goes up to like the second floor where there's a bunch of records, and you perform on the second story, like on the balcony, and people stand at the bottom and look at you up there. It's really cool. It's really rad and weird. But with that being said, you set up your merch right at the top of the stairs. And so after you're done playing, people like form a little line and you sell the merch. And so we're standing at the top of the stairs and people are coming up, to get merch. And this one woman came up to us, and I'll never forget it because it tripped me out and it was weird and I just couldn't accept the compliment. But they're like, she goes, "Man, this is the best show I've seen at Music Millennium since I saw Soundgarden play their first show in Portland here in 90 or 89 or something like that." I was like, holy shit, dude. Don't say that. You mean nobody else was good? Like only us?
Oh my god.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, it's just, who says that, Nice people. So nice.
Yeah, I went out there one time to see a band called Summer Cannibals.
Oh, we love
they're
Summer
really
Cannibals.
cool.
We saw them.
play, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it was actually my birthday weekend. Yeah, and because I have an auntie that lived there, so we went out there to see them. Shout out to Summer Cannibals. I think they're coming
Yeah,
back
heck yeah.
soon. What it seemed like they're supposed to make a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
I played and actually like, hey, let's go down to Jose
Mm-hmm.
from LA. He's in Portland, and they played Breaking the Law.
Oh, that's sick.
Right, so that was like everybody was wallflowers, man. Except
Yeah.
one guy came with me. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Rocking out, and 3 people came up to me, and the first person, I'm like,
Yeah.
from LA, so it's like, tapped me on the shoulder, and I'm like,
You're like, hey.
yeah, oh, hey, welcome to Portland.
You're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
You heard that and kept tabs and you were looking for me?
Right, like 2 more
How
people,
sweet.
welcome to Portland.
So thoughtful. What the hell?
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a small town.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love Summer Cannibals. We saw them play at the Terragram Ballroom like a handful of years ago before, unfortunately, she got sick and stuff.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they're rad. Like, we saw them right when they released that record, Full of It. And I love that. I love that record.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We saw him quite a few times.
Mm.
Last time I remember, we saw him once. It wasn't FTG. It was another place like FTG.
Like a warehouse place.
Yeah.
Was it like 1720 in L.A.?
No,
Warehouse
it was
17.
in Santa Ana.
Oh, okay, in Santa Ana.
I forgot what it was called.
There used to FTG used to be also in Santa Ana in a different location, so maybe it was that. It was still called FTG, but it was a different location.
Oh, what about
Yeah.
that place,
I don't think I
Riff
ever went to the
Mountain?
original.
Oh, Riff Mountain, that weird little
I
like
don't think
mechanic
that's
shop.
there
No,
anymore,
that's
no.
not there no more.
Table something. You know what I'm talking about?
Table.
Table
It
doesn't
was
ring a
called
bell.
Table 37 or some shit like that.
Huh, interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, they would have bands, and it was just, but it wasn't like FTG where they have it all nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Stage and shit. They would
Yeah.
just like set up in the corner, and they got a
Yeah.
little stand with drinks on it, and that was it.
Let's go. Summer Cannibals, come to MoonKill Radio. Bring your combo amps, bro. Don't bring the stacks, bring the combo amps. That'd be rad as hell.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Elevate. Yeah.
So where you guys looking? Where you looking forward to playing? You haven't played yet.
Well, UK is interesting prospect just to see how people are like outside of the country. 'Cause I've never been outside of the country. We played all over the U.S., but I've never been outside the country, so that's interesting. And for me on this tour, places I'm kind of looking forward to going back to. I'm really kind of looking forward to going back to Utah 'cause we have a friend out there, a really big fan. Shout out to Jimothy Rose, wherever you may be. We'll ship those shirts. We'll ship those shirts out to you ASAP. But he always comes to the shows in Utah, and every time we see him, it's just like super cool.
Yeah.
So Utah for me, just 'cause that one guy.
Yeah, I gotta say Utah as well. Yeah, 'cause we have like a few friends out there, and I guess Seattle also. Like
Oh, yeah.
Seattle is normally fun to play. Like the vibe out there.
Yeah, in Seattle, we'll hopefully get to see our friend Zoo Kraut and just like hang out with them.
Yes.
Yeah, they're super rad. And then in Utah, also our friends Crudney.
Cudney, yeah.
Cudney, yeah. where do you want to go? What are you looking forward to?
I mean, I guess it's cliche, but the UK has kind of been on my list.
It's pretty sick. Yeah, that's pretty freaking sick. UK.
What about in the U.S.? Is there any place you're like, I want to go here, or you know what I mean? I haven't been yet. Want to play here? Or
Well, I mean, my initial impression of Seattle wasn't so great. I was just kind of passing through on a road trip, so yeah, I should hope to.
Yeah.
really check it out.
Yeah, Seattle's great. Like, on the surface and like how it looks. There's a lot to see. People are cool, but the last time we went, it was hard to book a show, and like getting a show booked was hard. In Seattle, yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of great bands there right now, so it's probably like they don't need the LA bands 'cause they're doing so rad on their own.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but we're playing there at some place called Belltown Yacht Club that we've never been to.
Yeah, it's like an all ages place.
It's an all ages venue.
Pretty cool.
The Belltown Yacht Club, the Yacht Club. Yeah. Yes, let me take a sip at the Yacht Club.
Dons thy monocle
Yes.
and top hat.
Let me see the
And
set list. Let me put my monocle up to my.
Okay, so let's just get a quick history. How long you been playing guitar, bass? Which one's the main?
Guitar's my main thing. I mean, I've been like singing since I was like 5. But I picked up guitar when I was 13. No, it was just kind of like singing along to the radio. Yeah. No, just in the car.
Bella Nova, dog. Singing Bella Nova.
Yes, I like some Spanish music. Yeah, and I picked up guitar when I was 13. I didn't own a guitar until shortly after, but because my brother had a guitar and when he was at work, I would like play his guitar, and then like when I knew he was coming home, I'd put it back exactly where I found it. And then he knew that like I used it somehow, and he'd be like, "What the hell? You're touching my stuff again." And then so long story short, my mom was going through like some mental issues, and she was like in and out of the mental hospital a lot, and so I had to be placed in foster care. And when that happened, my brother felt bad for me 'cause he was already an adult at that time, and so he just bought me a guitar. He helped me buy like my first guitar, and so I took that with me, and all throughout like my teenage years being in foster care, like I just played guitar, and that was like my main form of therapy, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it still is. Yeah, and then I didn't start this band until I was 19.
Yeah, we.
The creator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like an acoustic solo project at first, and I really wanted to start a band, but nobody wanted to start a band with me. Like, they just didn't want me to front a band, and they didn't think I was good enough, and I don't know, they just wanted to do other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just like, "Oh,
Like,
we
just
don't want
play
to be
bass
in a
and sit in the
girl
corner.
band,"
Yeah.
you know.
You want a girl band.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like, "Oh yeah, we want to have a woman in the band or a femme, but just play bass and stand in the corner. You're a token femme."
Exactly.
It's like, "Oh, okay." Nah.
Yeah, I showed Zach my music, and he's like, this is actually pretty cool. I'm writing drum parts in my head right now.
Yeah, like I was doing my old band called Ozone, where I played guitar and sing, and I was recording a record, and then Karen and I were hanging out and getting to know each other a bit, and then I was like, well, and we're like, one day we're just hanging out and like, let's just jam for fun. Karen started playing a couple songs, and they like really inspired me to write drum parts, and I hadn't felt like that in a long time, where it's like I hear a riff or whatever, and then I hear like a completed song in my head, It's like, oh, I can hear the bass, I can hear the drums, like it just happens, And so it was really exciting, and then at first I was like, I'm focused on Ozone, like I'll play drums on the record, but then you got to find your own band, and I'll play the live shows, but I'm just going to sit in for now so you can get your feet wet, because Karen hadn't really done like full like rock shows with the distortion and stuff yet. Karen was doing mostly like the acoustic shows. So like we started doing that, and then one thing led to another. We're just writing more music together, and the band started progressing, and we started playing more shows. People started asking us to play shows, and then I just stuck around 'cause it's fun and the music's great. So I was like, okay.
So are you originally drummer or guitar player?
I started as a drummer. I've been playing drums since I was like 4. And then somewhere around when I was 10, I started playing shows. And I've been doing that ever since. So I kind of always have had my feet wet with music. It's like kind of what I love to do. Like nothing else really makes sense to me like music does. So yeah. At a certain point, my brother plays guitar. He's like a shreddy McShreddy face. Like he's like doing the tapping, like and all the fucking crazy shreddy. Yeah, like Steve Vai, Van Halen, Randy Rhoads vibes. Angus Young doing the whole thing. And so no, not that I know of. I'll ask his wife. Whatever they're getting up to. But I started off playing drums with him, as you do. And my dad played bass, and we would just jam together, and that's where we were playing shows a lot in the beginning. And then along the way, like I just kind of wanted to play guitar a little bit. So one of my dad's friends gave me a guitar, like an old Kramer Pacer guitar. And the action was awful, but like I just went ahead and I was like learning Nirvana songs and stuff in the beginning, and that's like all I kind of started on. And slowly but surely you learn guitar a little, but drums is always like my main thing. Every band that I've really been in that's really done anything has been drums. Yeah, playing guitar is cool, but Cosmic Kitten is the jam. So when Karen and I got together, Karen had like a idea and a proof of concept for Cosmic Kitten, and then when I joined, then like really came to be what it is. What's your experience? How do you feel? How did you come into Cosmic Kitten? How do you feel about?
Where'd you start?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really know about Cosmic Kitten until fall 2020, believe it or not.
Oh, interesting.
But I just happened to be attending a friend's event or a friend of a friend's event, and became a fan. And then at some point, I believe in 2021, I filled in, but that was just a fluke sort of thing.
It was different times. You can find it on the internet somewhere if you look hard enough. But yeah,
that's right. It was recorded.
Live streamed. Yeah, if you search up Cosmic Kitten Redwood LA on YouTube, you can find like 15 live streams of us playing at the Redwood. Like different bass players, like three with different bass players. 3 with this bass player, 3 with that one, 1 with this bass player, 2 with that one.
Yes.
It's kind of funny.
You've always played bass, or what was your instrument that first started playing anything?
Well, I mean, I've flirted with a number of instruments. For a long time, my main instrument was just guitar, both electric and acoustic, and I played both of those instruments in various groups from about when I was 18 to when I was 20, and then 2020 pandemic happens, and that kind of goes in the toilet for a while, and then I form my own band and such, but that's kind of dormant at the moment.
They're called Saltwater Taffy. Listen to them; they rock.
I like.
Don't be modest.
A lot of their songs.
I literally was listening to them on the way here. You on the way here.
Yes.
I was listening to Saltwater Taffy has a song called Injured Dove that's rad. So I was listening to the song Injured Dove on my phone, and I'm like doo-doo-doo, like singing along to it, driving on down the road to come here, and literally like as it starts, like I maybe get like one line into the first verse, and my phone goes off, bing bing, and it's Jay. Jay's like, I just parked, I'm at the place, and I'm like, that's funny.
Speak of the fucking
like,
devil.
hell yeah. Like hell yeah, dude. Yeah, fire.
That one's
Yeah.
I'm not good with genres and subgenres.
Jay,
sort of like
Jay. Pardon me. I think
Are you a shredder too?
Jay can kind of shred.
Really?
Yeah.
if I have like a solid idea of what I'm doing, I can occasionally shred.
So next Cosmic Kitten show, we're covering Eruption by Van Halen with Jay on guitar.
No.
My bad, Cowboys from Hell. But no, I would classify Saltwater Taffy as kind of like a indie rock to me. It's definitely rock. It's not like all the way punk, and there's some indie elements, like kind of psych rock elements, you know. So yeah.
I mean, it was all songs I more or less wrote alone in a bedroom during the lockdown part of everything.
The death-demic.
As an alternative to doing other dangerous things, I just was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this.
You're like, I wrote the whole guitar with my hands handcuffed behind my back so that I would behave myself in a straitjacket.
That's more like.
Was that your first instrument of choice? Like when you first started playing anything? Or
You talking about bass?
Guitar or whatever.
Yeah, it was guitar originally. I tried to learn the drums, but failed miserably because my limbs don't work well together. I can kind of play the drums now, but I'm not very good at it.
Yeah. We just released a single called "All the World." That's about the pandemic as well. Those are crazy times. Like this song "All the World" that we wrote is like totally about just like being stuck inside, like having big aspirations, like you want to take over the world, go on tour, see all your friends, play shows everywhere, but you literally can't go anywhere. You know, you're just like, everyone's like, stay inside. And you're like, yeah, dude. No, the world is so big. Just see it all, you know? I mean, walking down the street is cool. We live by the beach. We live like 2 blocks from the beach. So during the pandemic, we would just get like hammered and like stumble to the beach with an acoustic guitar and like sit on the sand and like look at the ocean, like play shitty covers, like take me to the place I love, take me all the way, I don't ever wanna feel. All drunk and stuff.
Sounds like an average Tuesday, huh? So give me. I mean, it have to be, but top 3 influences, early stages.
Ooh, in the early years.
In the
Early
early.
years. I know. I think.
What got you to say, you know what?
I know one of them.
Oh.
I know one of them.
Well, that has to be Linkin Park. I love Linkin Park. When I
Linkin
was
Park?
like 5 is when I first heard Linkin Park, and my brother was really into them, and then I saw their like live in Texas
That's like legendary.
DVD, and
Chester, yeah, Chester Bennington.
yeah, that was really
a while back.
heartbreaking. But yeah, when I saw them play like on the DVD, I was like, wow, like that is so cool. I want to scream like that, and I want to play guitar. Like rock music is
Hell yeah.
great. Yeah, when I was 5. I'm shy though.
Karen likes to scream over music. Karen needs to have something to fight against, you know? Like it's all this loud noise and Karen's like, I gotta scream over it. Ah! But if it's all quiet and Karen doesn't have to fight, you know, to be heard, then Karen's just like, I don't want to scream. That's weird. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Linkin Park. That was really early on, and like Evanescence was really cool too at that time for me. And then I started to get into like, you know, Nirvana, like Green Day,
There you go.
Pearl Jam,
I was waiting for you to say Green Day.
Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, pretty much like all the 90s like grunge bands I just fell in love with.
But he said top 3. You're breaking the rules.
Oh, I thought he said 3 million. So I have 3 million.
Top 3 million.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, my dad, it was like Sunset Strip 80s hair metal guy. He used to play shows back then, you know, like hang around, good friends with certain random bands, like the guys in Warrant were his friends. He knew the guys in Rat and stuff, and he was like in all that. So I grew up listening to that stuff. And the hair metal. But I remember the day, it was like an side story. I'll tell you who my influences are as a drummer, but they should be pretty obvious. But like, my bad. One time when we were living in Las Vegas, he had one of his friends like pick me up from daycare and bring me home or whatever, and he was playing the Black Album by Metallica in the car, and I got home and I was like, Dad, I like Metallica, and my dad was like, damn it, like, 'cause he didn't like Metallica. He liked like just hair metal. He didn't like metal or like punk or grunge or any of that. He just like Yeah, he's hardcore into that scene, bro. But that's where it started, you know, like. And for me as a drummer, my biggest influences were bands like Rush, Led Zeppelin. I really liked Queen, the Foo Fighters. Those are like the ones that when I was playing as a kid, I would just like learn every song. Like if you picked out a random Rush song, I probably know it and I could jam it. If you picked up like a random Led Zeppelin song, I probably could just jam it on the spot because I would just be in the garage with my drum kit and the little headphones in, just like jamming to these songs like nonstop from like when I was 10, you know. When I was about 16, maybe like 14, I started playing more shows and stuff, like, you know, house shows, backyard shows and stuff, you know, parties and things like that. And then that was like a time period where I didn't do as much of like just jamming those songs. But I remember like I learned like this record called by the band Them Crooked Vultures. Like I learned the whole record from like front to back, and I would play the whole thing without stopping, without skipping a song. That was like one of my favorite things to do. Yeah.
That's probably the best drumming I've ever heard Dave Grohl.
That record is super good.
I'm not a fan of his
Yeah.
Nirvana at all. I mean, he's okay to me,
Yeah.
but he's not like it. But Crooked Vultures,
Yeah. I grew up, you know, on the Nirvana stuff, and I learned a lot of Nirvana when I was first starting to learn how to play drums. So, like, for me, I'd say, like, I was heavily into Rush from when I was, like, 10 to when I was, like, 12. Yeah. No. I know, I saw your pop figures over here, man. Yeah, no, I love Rush. From when I was, like, 10 to, like, 12, that's, like, all I would listen to. From, like, 11 to 13 was, like, my Led Zeppelin time. Then Nirvana for me was like 13 to like probably like 16, and then after that from like the age of 14 to like now was like with the Foo Fighters phase for me was like that's like one of my favorite bands. And yeah. Mhm. 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 Queens of the Stone Age is cool. I like Queens of the Stone Age. For me, there was like always a certain energy to their music that was a little off-putting. Like Foo Fighters music to me is like a little emotional, like a little vulnerable at times, empowering, but like emotionally vulnerable. And for me with Queens of the Stone Age, it was a little like kind of like chest out at times, where it's kind of like a, pardon my French, like kind of like a fuck off energy, you know? I appreciate it. I love Queens of the Stone Age, but I don't listen to them like on repeat like I used to. Like I kind of grew out of them after a while, you know.
Jake, some early influences for you.
I mean, it I was kind of raised in a cockamamie sort of music environment because, like, my parents were both deadheads, but the first things I remember my dad showing me were Stevie Ray Vaughan and Nirvana.
Oh, that's a good
I
pair right
love
there.
Like,
Stevie Ray
those
Vaughan.
those are the first two I remember. Then I got into, like, I went through, like, a Beatles phase, a Yes phase, this whole prog rock thing. Like, I've kind of been into anything and everything at a given time, except for some things that I won't talk shit on at this time. But you know, I don't like the like pop country stuff that comes out of country artists
That's
in
all right.
America.
It's a preference.
Yeah,
Right?
teach their own.
Talking shit,
Yeah.
you know, because there's a lot of shit I talk shit on.
Yeah.
Never been a big fan of Sublime.
That's shocking, but you know,
I mean, agree to
everyone's
disagree.
opinions
I
are
can, I
valid.
can dig Sublime.
Now,
Yeah.
and I can appreciate them now.
Yeah.
At an
Yeah.
older age.
Mm.
But when they first came out, fuck these guys.
Yeah, that's all right.
I love telling people this story because I booed the shit out of them.
Yeah, yeah.
We saw them like at a small show.
Mhm.
Fuck off the stage.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we were young and stupid.
Yeah, teach their own.
Talking shit. It's your preference, man.
Yeah, you're right about that.
But I mean, your parents were deadheads, but they showed you Stevie Ray Vaughan. Who else was
Nirvana as well. I used to sit in a chair and spin myself until I was dizzy watching like music videos and shit. Like, it was weird.
You didn't get heavy into like Grateful Dead or that
Oh yeah.
hippie shit?
Nah, only like when I was trying to understand, like, I guess my past a bit more. But I do enjoy like listening to jam bands every now and then. It's just most of the time these days, not so much.
You don't have like that I'm going like a day of like the Dead and Janis.
I honestly can't recall the last time I listened to the Grateful Dead on my own volition. Not because I don't like the Grateful Dead necessarily, just because it doesn't occur to me to listen to the Grateful Dead these days.
My two favorite Grateful Dead songs are the two like least proggy and jammy songs. One is Touch of Grey, and the other one is Alabama Getaway. I just fucking love those songs.
You don't have to like the catalog.
Yeah. Yeah, they have some good. There's really some good stuff, but those two songs are just like, damn. If they come on the radio, I'm like, this is it.
I used to listen to
yeah.
Mars Hotel record, like on vinyl sometimes.
Yeah, it's good. That's good stuff. I like that.
Guitar, dude. Like, what got you like? Oh, you know what? I want to do that.
Oh yeah, like what? Yeah, good point.
Yeah, what
I'm curious about this too. Yeah, what band was like, oh, I want to play guitar. Like this band makes me want to play guitar real bad, or whatever.
I was forced into the guitar playing part, kind of.
Okay, well, what band that you heard was like, oh, this like playing guitar sounds nice because of this?
So for several years I tried to do stuff, but I didn't really, nothing clicked. But it was learning like just blues stuff that
that's sick.
Sort of got me into a breakthrough, and then I got into like learning folk and like fingerstyle, and
I like fingerstyle.
Yeah. Not anymore really. Like, it was
it's craziness, dude. Some people are so good at that. Oh, Mama Larky.
Man,
that's crazy.
You ever should check her out, man.
Have you seen Pat Travers band? You know Pat Travers?
I see yeah.
He's a blues. Oh yeah. Sorry, there's a record right there. Yeah, hella. Yeah, and then there's this name of this other guy? Oh, Derek Truck. Have you heard Derek Truck?
I don't know the name.
Yeah.
Not a big fan, but
yeah. He's like a blues guitar player. He does like crazy fast stuff. He plays slide super good. He's like maybe the best slide guitar player that's like out there. Like like no kidding. Yeah, check him out. I'll show you like after we were done. But yeah, it's super cool.
Play slide at all?
Never really got the hang of it. I know some people that play slide pretty well though.
Rad.
Like give me some favorite songs you like to play, just like
when you're jamming by yourself. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna pick this up and play this right now.
I don't necessarily do that.
Well, we did recently we played some covers. we played Ramones. So a friend of ours passed away a little while ago, Manny Robles. He played bass in a band called Richard Ramirez Beatdown. If you can imagine the imagery of a bunch of dudes just beating the shit out of Richard Ramirez. That happened in real life. That actually happened. It's not even fictional. Good times. Anyway. Dude, you know what I realized? Something crazy. So I watched a documentary about Night Stalker, right? Because they released a really good documentary about it. And I asked my mom, I said, hey, I'm like, because we live with roommates that are from Louisiana, and they like frequently come in the front door and leave it unlocked. And so I was thinking to myself, I'm like, is that just a thing or what's going on? So I asked my mom, I said, hey, when you were a kid, did you guys leave the door unlocked all the time? And she's like, yeah, like all the time. And I was like, when did you guys start locking your door? Was it like around 82 or something, 83? She's like, yeah, actually, like we started locking the doors when I was in high school. My mom would always be like, make sure you lock the door and you leave. And I was like, damn. So like this one guy made a whole region of people just make a habit out of locking their front door. That's why like everyone locks their front door in California, like no matter what.
Well, that's
yeah.
Part of it. Even still, when it was going on,
yeah.
There was a thing that was going around. And I don't think it was true.
Yeah.
It did go around at the time. That he was targeting yellow houses by the freeway.
Oh, that's weird.
At the time, my grandparents
Yeah.
They didn't live like on the freeway, but
Yeah.
like a couple blocks off.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yellow house.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
It's like one thing when you watch TV at night.
Yeah.
Every little sound.
Oh, dude, like
Yeah.
they didn't used to have locks on all the windows. It didn't used to be a rule that if you were renting a space like in California, you didn't have to have locks on the window when you rented a space. But then like after 1984, they made that a thing. Where it's like if you rent a space, you have to have locks on the windows. That's crazy to me.
That was like super scary to go through that.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just him.
Yeah. Just this one dude that's like full.
Because it was so brutal. It was,
Yeah, yeah.
I remember it was I was a kid.
Crazy stuff. But anyway, our friend Manny Robles, who played bass in Richard Ramirez Beatdown, unfortunately passed away a little while ago. So we played a memorial show, and we played a bunch of bands, covers of bands that he liked a lot. We played a cover of Helter Skelter by the Beatles. We played a cover of Ramones by Ramones. We did
Big Takeover.
Big Takeover
by
by the Bad Brains. We did Paranoid by Black Sabbath, and what was the other song? Is that it?
Oh, we did We Must Bleed.
Oh, we
by
did
the
We Must Bleed by
Germs.
the Germs, too. Yeah, with our friend Ray.
So, I asked this question. I thought about this like a couple weeks ago. So I'm start asking them new questions, right? Well, first, like we used to ask people, said some of the bands. When it comes down to pizza, is pineapple a topping?
100%, bro.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Karen,
It depends
Karen,
on my mood, but yes.
Karen's just like, yes. Like, hey, everyone, 1, 2, 3, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought about this one. Give me a song. Give me a song that's a guilty pleasure.
Dang.
That's just like, I don't want nobody to know I love this song.
I used to be like that, but like recently I've just been like, I'm not ashamed of what I listen to. Like everything I listen to, I mean, I like it, and I don't
Yeah.
care what other people think.
When we first started playing, like a lot of backyard shows and stuff, and becoming part of the punk community or whatever, punk community, I was really embarrassed about like my past with hair metal and like liking hair metal and having some of that stuff in my drumming and stuff. At first, I was like embarrassed. Like when I was like 14, 15, 16, I tried to pretend like I didn't listen to that shit, but I kind of decided after a while, I was like, I don't care. Like if somebody came up to me and was like, they're like, hey, like, what are your favorite bands? I'm like, oh, I like Van Halen a lot or something. I'm like, I dig Cinderella or whatever. And they're like, that's not punk. What the hell? Hair metal. I'd be like, you're not punk. Fuck you. Get out of the show.
I mean, there's still gotta be a song you kind of like, okay, I'll sing this one in private. But I love
Honestly, for me, that's like Weezer. Like, I'll like sing "My Name Is Jonas" like sarcastically all the time, like for no reason. Like when we're on tour, this last tour that we were on, periodically we'd just be driving, and I'd just randomly be like, "My name is Jonas," like all loud. And
You still do that.
I'm making fun. When I do it, I'm making fun of Weezer, but I actually kind of like Weezer. I wake up in the middle of it. My name is Jonas. Ah!
I mean, I don't know. I guess I just sort of felt ashamed for singing along to shit in the car in general. But like literally in high school, one of my friends was like, sing along to the whole song, dude. And ever since then, I was just like,
I've had friends that do that too. My dad, when I used to ride in the car and I'd sing a song, he would be like, "Oh," he's like, "I like the way they sing it better." Like he would do that to me, like random songs. It was like, "Screw you, Dad."
Just
I know, right in my heart, right in my freaking heart.
So the other one, they didn't want to answer that one. I was like, I was doing this.
It's hard. I don't really feel guilty about. I mean, like I listen to Pantera a lot, and I love Pantera, but I feel really guilty about that because there's this weird divide. You know, Phil Anselmo is kind of a weirdo. He's into weird stuff. It's embarrassing. I would never go out publicly except on your, live stream and say that I like Pantera, but I do. I love Pantera. I just wish he would just like stop being such a weirdo. Just chill out, man. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. We're all weirdos, kind of.
I mean, baby, shit like that. You know, I'm like that, but
Mm.
yeah, no, I hear it.
Yeah.
All that shit been coming up lately, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I gotta say respectfully, like, okay, so a number of years ago at one of the dime bashes, he had a relapse. He took like a bunch of painkillers. He drank a bunch of booze. He went up on stage all hammered and was like throwing the Nazi salute and screaming white power and stuff. Yeah, he's like screaming white power and throwing the Nazi salute. And I guess backstage he's saying other weird stuff. First of all, like, I have sympathy for people with addiction issues, like, as sort of like a recovering addict myself and stuff, like, I have sympathy for it. I understand relapse is hard. Like, thankfully he didn't get physically ill or hurt in any way by his mistake. But at the same time, like, that's really weird. And it doesn't look good at all. And so I understand that Germany is really protective of their history. They really don't like to habit anything related to, their past sins out there. They have a whole thing where they teach it in their schools, like, really hardcore, so that they don't repeat their past. They really, like, denounce those previous behaviors of their culture and their country's history. So I understand that they caught wind of that. They're kind of like, yeah, we don't want this guy to play in our country.
He doesn't talk for us.
Yeah.
He doesn't represent us.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But again,
his generation.
Yeah.
Okay, if he did that 30 years ago.
Well, we wouldn't have had the cameras and the internet. People wouldn't have like filmed it on it. Yeah.
It would have gone around, but it would have been more of. I mean, it would have not that. Whether you want to call it right or wrong, whatever.
Yeah.
It would have been like, you did what? Oh, what a dipshit.
Yeah. That's American culture as well, though. Like, in America, everyone gets a chance to voice, have their voice be heard, even if other people think it's wrong. It's like, that's part of how it goes. It's both ways, right? Freedom is both ways. But, in Germany, they're just a little more tight-lipped about that because of what happened. And I respect that. Would it be cool if they could still play? Yeah, especially because, he did that one time, like, a couple of years ago, but,
I still think they still play. I thought about coming to.
I want to go see them real bad.
Yeah, I saw them back then.
Yeah.
Quite a few times. And it was just like,
Yeah.
even just to have the remaining guys
Mm-hmm.
would be bitchy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It looks really cool. I've seen some videos of them playing online. I'm like, damn, okay. Yeah, it's pretty rad. Don't be embarrassed.
Besides the BS.
Besides, just the music. Like the music.
I mean, yeah, I'll listen to it a bit in the car whenever Zach's playing it.
Yeah, I forced Karen to listen to it.
I don't know. I don't reject it. I'll listen to it. It's cool.
Going on pure music, I've appreciated what I've heard.
There you go.
You a Dime fan or a guitar player?
Senor Darrell.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I've heard it and I've liked it.
He's like,
I'm a very scattered person, you will come to find.
Scattered. That's a good Pantera song.
The last one, it always takes a long time, but again, put you on a desert island. What 3 records you taking with you?
Oh, damn. I feel like
thought
I'm
about
blaring out
this
right
the
now.
other day. I was like, someone's going to ask this. Someone is going to ask.
I'm blaring out.
I mean, well, one of them has to be a Pearl Jam record because I'm just a big Pearl Jam fan. Yeah, it's got to be like Versus or Vitalogy. And then I also have to bring like maybe Joy Division. Yeah. Joy Division.
Yeah. Warsaw is sick though.
Yeah.
I have a Warsaw record too.
They're a little more punkier too.
That's more like real post punk, not like,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh my God, I'm so stupid.
You said
Mark Lanigan.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
they're like my favorite
Karen
singer-songwriter of
wants
all
Blues
time.
Funeral
I
by
want Blues
Mark
Funeral
Lanigan.
or Bubblegum. Yeah. Those are like my two favorite records. And Joy Division. Yeah.
For me, it's Vapor Trails by Rush, hands down 100%. Then I'm probably gonna take Joy Division as well. Unknown Pleasures. That record is like up there as one of my favorite records
Well, if
of all
we're
time.
stuck on the island, together,
Then I gotta make
I already have a Joy
gotta pick
Division
something
one,
different.
so pick something else.
Okay, then let's go. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Vapor Trails by Rush. XO by Elliott Smith. And crap. The last one's hard 'cause you don't want to you don't want to regret it, right? You want it to be a good record. Color and the Shape by the Foo Fighters. You're stuck on the island with us. What are your 3 records? You can't be any of the ones we picked.
Okay. Well, I guess 'cause it got me through some real shitty times.
That's good. That's good thought process. Oh yeah, that's true. What if you hate us and you're like, how dare you eat the last coconut, Zach? You fat butthole.
Okay, just because you reminded me, like, I was blanking on all the Foo Fighters records when I was kind of piecing this together in my head. So I will say Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace.
That's a good record.
Yeah.
Brave choice.
It's a good record. It got me through some rough times. I like it a lot. I've got it on
It's a
vinyl.
good record. That's a good record. I don't have it on vinyl.
Next would probably be, what the fuck? I have listened to so many records. Let's see. Probably In the Aeroplane Over the Sea by Neutral Milk Hotel. Because that was always one of the most, like, I listened to that at like 14. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I love it. That's what got me into indie folk, actually. But and then completely lost the thought that I was gonna have.
Yeah, it's a hard-hitting question.
Keep It Like a Secret, Built to Spill. Reminds me of some good times.
Little Built to Spill action. Representing
It's the only
Idaho,
record I've
bro.
bought on CD.
Idaho, Udaho, Built to Spill. Oh, there is a record that I thought that I was like, oh yeah, I'd totally take that record, but it's not on vinyl. It's only on CD. This record that I like from this band called The Cheetahs. Record's called Mythologies. It's like this crazy shoegazy record, but it's only on CD. But the vibes are immaculate.
And that's why I'm like I guess I can start my show back, but like on we're doing MoonKill Mondays.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I played your guys' record on one of them because I was playing like
Condolences.
a record for the beginning, but I was like because I was never on time.
Yeah.
Give me time to pick other shit to play. But and that's why like even when I DJ, on vinyl, well, there's so much good shit not on vinyl.
It's true. It's very true.
Like if I want to fucking play shit.
Yeah.
As a DJ, for me, I want to play shit. Like I want to play. You want to play shit people want to hear, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I wanna play you something maybe you haven't heard.
Dude, at the dance, like some of our friends DJ at like these little dance clubs, and they do vinyl, but they can get away with it because they can play like R&B and like stuff like that, that is a little more danceable. And I kind of have like mad respect for people that try to DJ with like 12-inch records, because it's hard to like cue up a song. I have a lot of friends that will DJ with 7 inches, so they just drop the one song, have the next song ready, drop it, and B-sides, A-sides, and they're chilling. But I've known some people that like to use 12-inch, like our friend DJ Baby Donut, Allison Wolf. Yeah, Allison Wolf. Allison Wolf from Bratmobile. Her DJ name is DJ Baby Donut, and she does it with 12-inch records. So she's there like with the headphones, like making sure she's right at the beginning of the song that she wants, while the other one's playing. Crazy. Yeah. That's true.
You can learn how to play guitar and just
Mhm.
shoot the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna make an art form out of it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Or even singing, you just
Yeah.
all day, or you could be fucking G.G. Allen
And smear shit on the walls.
yeah. Or you can make an art form out of it.
Yeah. I don't either. respect and all to people that like GGN. Cool. That's your flavor. But, you know, the guy's too much, you know.
Every time I talk to people, I just tell them, yeah, everyone has the right to be wrong.
Dude, that's something my dad says all the time.
Everyone's got a right to be wrong.
We went to the Museum of Death in LA,
Huh?
and they have like a full body cast of Gigi Allen in the thing with like one of his original jock straps on it and like his helmet and stuff. It's like this whole thing, and this big glass case with like lights. Mhm. Yeah, poo poo tracks. Dude, it's a lot. I mean, I get the anti-establishment vibe of it. Like, sometimes you just want to break things down and, like, be like, screw it, like, we're animals. That's kind of basically all I get from Gigi Allen. It's just like a reminder that human beings are animals. But, you know.
Even back then, it was a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't making as much money too, but still.
Yeah.
Why do I want to pay to get food thrown at me?
Yeah. I could play with poo at home.
Exactly. You gotta pay for this guy to be on stage and throw his crap at me?
I'll just play it with my poo at home.
Well, we're taking up their time. Again, thank you very much for
Hell yeah.
playing. I mean, it was great. I was giddy as a schoolgirl. I've been wanted to ask you guys earlier, but you know, even me, I get like, you know, like holy shit.
Oh God. Well, that's cool. We ain't nobody.
Nah, man, you guys are stars. You guys are stars. You gotta remember that. Even if, you know, I'm serious, because every other band you can pick out, you know, even if they've been around,
Yeah.
where they start.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
That's true. Everyone starts somewhere, you know.
You know, and there's people out there that, you know, the same way records did for you in your hard time.
Yeah.
Your music's gonna do the same for them.
Well, yeah, that's my favorite shit. I like helping people with music. It's the best.
So you're a star in someone's eyes out there. Definitely here.
Hell yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Any questions from the floor? Good to go?
Hell
You
yeah.
guys want to do any shout outs?
I'd probably like to give shout outs to like a few of our like main supporters that have been helping us for like years, like, you know, financially and just, you know, being like the person that is like just like our biggest fan. And
Always
one of
down to
them
buy
is
merch and help.
Helder. He's like our Canadian fan. He's
Yeah.
awesome. Jim Rose, Bobby and Rachel, they go to like every Long Beach show and like surrounding areas. Who else? I know I'm missing some people. Our friend Nicholas. He's been one of our main supporters for like many years. My friend Christian also. I think those are like the main people, right?
Yeah,
Right.
bless them up. I want to say thank you to our friend Christian Adams, who's no longer with us. That guy really loved our band, and he was a sweetheart. So rest in peace, Christian. And I'll shout out to all the same people you shout out to, are the people I really want to shout out to. Oh, my friend Ray, for always being there. My friend Johnster, for always being supportive. Yeah, man, thank you guys. And my brother Josh. Yeah. Who do you want to shout out?
The album Emergency and I by the Dismemberment Plan is underrated. That is all.
That is my statement.
That is my statement. I'd
Shout
rather not disclose the identities of people, but I mean, I don't know. If anybody who I know watches this, I'm pretty sure they'll know who they are.
Shout out to Mary Jane Watson. You know who you are.
So, Cosmic Kitten. You guys are on Instagram,
Facebook,
Twitter,
We're on
TikTok,
Spotify, YouTube,
YouTube, Apple Music,
MySpace.
Amazon Music,
everywhere.
Deezer.
So you have old albums?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, just check out our website, cosmickittenband.com.
For merch.
CosmicKittenBand.com, or like me, go on Bandcamp. That's where I got mine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then hopefully she'll draw. You can't see it, but she'll draw a picture for you.
I
Oh yeah,
will.
sometimes. Yeah.
I hand package all of the merch orders, and I draw and doodle on them.
I print out the shipping labels. Karen does all the rest. Hell yeah. Yeah. Karen does all the work. I'm just there. I just go like this. Karen draws, and I go, "You're doing great. You're doing great."
So check out Kitten everywhere. Jay's band of the band or the solo act.
Saltwater Taffy.
Definitely.
Saltwater Daffy.
And
Album
if you feel
called
brave,
Saltwater Taffy on Spotify.
and if you feel brave, check out the shitstorm that is Ozone, my solo band, on Spotify.
I've seen them. They're pretty good.
Cosmic
No,
Kitten
this is it, bro.
That's it. Yeah.
This is it. Karen gets the best one. Yeah, dude.
Again, thanks for coming. And you guys are always welcome to come again, of course.
Oh yeah.
Anytime.
Oh yeah.